Hey guys, welcome to Health Cultures. This is Sudha. As you can see, I am pregnant and in my 9th month. Yeah, counting my days now. Pregnancy is a wonderful feeling for all women because you're growing a life inside you, and what could be more special than that, right? And it does come with a little discomfort. And one of the most common complaints that we women have is the back pain. And in this video, I'm just going to share with you some helpful tips on how to deal with this back pain. Let's get started. One of the main reasons for the back pain is your ever-growing belly, and your back muscles have to work harder to support it. Also, the natural alignment of the spine and the tailbone changes, and it causes additional strain. There are certain things which are not necessarily exercises, but you can do those things in general that will help deal with the back pain. So for instance, one of the common mistakes that we do is whenever we pick things up, we always bend and pick, right? So instead of bending, what you can do is you always have to squat and pick things up. Okay, this is very easy to do, right? And whenever you're sitting, you can always make use of some additional support like extra pillows or so to support your back so that you don't slouch like this, but instead you can sit straight like this. The main thing to note here is your pelvis should always be pushed forward and not bent like this, okay? And if you don't have any pillows to support your back, what you can always do is move to the edge of the furniture and just rest your legs and make sure you sit straight. This makes sure to help with the natural alignment of your spine, and it will help deal with the stress on your back. So one other thing that you can do is, and this is my favorite too, use a stay ball or an exercise ball. If you want to comfortably sit on the floor, what you can do is move the stay ball against the wall and push your back against the ball, and you can sit like this. Okay, this is called tailor sitting, and you can always use this position whenever you're watching TV or whenever you're taking some rest. Also, you can sit on top of the ball if you want, and I normally do this whenever I work on my laptop. But one of the main things that you have to make sure whenever you're sitting on the exercise ball is your knees should always be below your hip. Okay, so you might have to push the ball a little further and make sure your knees are below your hips, and do your thing. In addition to the general tips that we saw before, there are certain exercises that we can do that help deal with the back pain, and one is hip circles, and I'm just going to use the same stay ball. So all you have to do is, and just like I mentioned before, always make sure your knees are below your hip. Okay, so all you have to do is you have to circle your hip like this. Okay, and you can always breathe, inhale during the first half and exhale during the second half. Okay, this helps relax your hip muscles, and it also strengthens your back, which will be very helpful even during labor and delivery. Okay, and we can start with 8 repetitions, and you can always reverse it too. And do this at your comfort level. Don't try to push it to the extremes, and don't end up with any pain. And you can also move front and back, and you can also move right and left. If you are in 3rd trimester like me, your baby is growing and so your belly, and sometimes the baby sits on a nerve or a vein causing excruciating pain, right? And when that happens, what you can do is simply kneel down and hug the stay ball like this, like however you're comfortable, and just rest in this position. This will help the baby move a little bit, and it will also take some pressure off your back. Okay, so I know this looks very comfortable, and it does feel very comfortable. Okay, so this is one other thing that you can do. Okay, and the next exercise that you can do is pelvic rocking, which is what I'm going to show you right now. So for this, you have to come on the tabletop position. That's what this position is called. Okay, so keep your knees hip width apart, and also your hands shoulder width apart. Okay, so just like a table, and your back has to be straight like this. Okay, so once you are in this position, then simply rock back and forth. Okay, you can do this during all 3 trimesters of pregnancy, and you can simply start with 10 repetitions, like 3 times a day, and you can go as far as like 40 repetitions 3 times a day. Okay, so this is pelvic rocking, and I'm just going to move to the next position, which is cat-cow position. And this is one of the best exercises that you can do for your back pain. Whether you are pregnant or not pregnant, it doesn't matter. Okay, for this, just go on the tabletop position, just like what we saw before for the pelvic rocking. So with your hands below the shoulders and your knees hip width apart. Okay, so for cat, you have to arch your back like this all the way up, like a cat stretching its back. And for the cow, you need to have your head and your tailbone up in the sky. Okay, so this is cat and this is cow, and you need to make sure you breathe properly when you're doing this position. So when you go cat, you have to exhale and inhale for the cow. Exhale. Inhale. Cat. Cow. So you can start doing this for like 5 repetitions 3 times, and you can do it like throughout the day, and you can go as much as like 12 or 15 times as you're comfortable. Always stretch to a point of comfort, but never, you should not get any pain doing this. It is normal to feel a little discomfort, and you can feel a little bit of stretch here, which is okay, which is normal. But as I said, don't stretch to a point of pain. Okay, so this is cat-cow position for you guys. And one important thing is, whatever exercise you start and continue, you should always make sure you consult your doctor and get an okay from him or her before you start any exercises during pregnancy. There are certain other things that help me stay comfortable throughout the pregnancy, and number one is a simple tennis ball that I used for massaging my back. You cannot normally, you cannot go for a regular massage when you're pregnant because it is not advisable. So this came really handy. So you can just ask your partner to massage your back. So you just massage in circles, and the texture really helps with applying the gentle pressure that you need. But make sure you're not going too rough with this, okay? So this is one thing. And the next one is the heating pad that you can use. I always use this electric heating pad because it is convenient, and you can just turn it on and you're good to go. But make sure you don't uh, keep this pad on top of your belly, but only on the back, probably for 10 to 15 minutes and not more than that, because too much heat is not good for the baby as well. Okay, so just 10 to 15 minutes. You can also wrap a towel around this pad if you want, if you don't want too much heat. Okay, and as you get along your pregnancy, especially in your third trimester, you can your belly is heavy, and to support it you can also use a maternity band, waistband, which is very different from the regular exercise waistband that you know normally wear to lose weight or so. So you can use this support band that helps support your back, especially when you're standing for a while, or you know your work is such that you have to stand a lot for a longer time. So you can always make use of this pregnancy support band. Okay, so these are certain things that helped me with the back pain, and there are certain days when none of these helps. It could be because your body is just too tired and exhausted, and all it needs is some rest. So just lay down on your sides and take some rest and see if that helps. And if the pain is persistent and it doesn't go away, please consult your doctor and see what he has to say. I hope you find this information helpful. For more videos, please subscribe to Health Sculptures channel, and you can also stay in touch by visiting healthsculptures.com or by following our page Health Sculptures on Facebook. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, take care and be healthy. Bye.